Hi everyone, this is Holly Rocks. Let's see, we need to continue on. Let's see, it is scary story time. We are going to be going into chapter 4. Please excuse me because, oh, you know what? No, I don't want to watch that. No, I don't want that. All right, so this is a perfect night for scary stories because it's raining outside and it's Halloween weekend. So we're gonna go ahead and I feel like absolute crap. I've been sick. So what better time to read a scary story? Okay. So The Haunting of Braidwood Manor. Let's get going. Behind closed doors. I turn it down so scary music doesn't. Alright. As Eleanor strikes off for the manor, you hurry to follow her across the snow. Eleanor, wait. Why is your mother's grave empty? What does that mean? It doesn't matter. Just leave me alone. It was a mistake to bring you out here. Eleanor, please, I just want to help. Eleanor whirls on you, her fist clenched at her side. I don't want your help, okay? Why can't you understand that? Eleanor, bitch. She hangs her head and a silence passes between you. I'm sorry, Dixie Normus. There are some secrets I'm just not ready to share. That'll never be ready to share. You, of all people, should know how that feels. Whoa, calling dirt. Eleanor turns to leave again, but you catch her arm before she can go. Maybe I haven't told you everything. Alright, which one should we choose? But it's not too late to start. But don't get to use it. But you don't get to... Okay. Just because I have my own pain doesn't mean I can't help you with yours. You think you know pain, Dixie Normus? But you don't. Not like this. Eleanor slips loose from your grasp and strides up the steps of Braidwood Manor without a second glance, leaving you alone in the cold. Bitch. I don't know what secret Eleanor is keeping hidden behind that locked door, but it's tearing her apart. How much I want to bet it's her mother? Hello. I need to collect those keys for her sake as much as my own. Can y'all hear the rain? You shut the manor's doors against the biting cold and step into the foyer, finding no sign of Eleanor. Just then, Simon and Clarissa come hurtling down the stairs, their faces stricken. Dixie Normus, there you are. What did you say to Eleanor? Why? Where is she? She went straight to her room and locked the door. And she didn't look happy. Seems like locked doors are becoming a theme for her. Dixie Normus, that's not funny. Whatever you said must have really hurt her feelings. I wasn't trying to be funny. It's just that, don't you two ever wonder why Eleanor has so many rules? So many secrets? Well, sort of. She never lets us wander very far from the house. Or leave our rooms after dark. Or ask any questions about Mother and Father, or why we never see any of our other relatives, or... Alright, Simon, that's enough. We see what you're getting at. Dixie Normus? Good, then you see why I need to get Thomas's key. I need to find out what's behind that door. But even if you convince Thomas, which you won't, you still need to get Eleanor's key somehow. I'll worry about that later, bitch. Have either of you seen Thomas? No, but I hear him. He must be practicing piano in the parlor. Not a good time to disturb him. He's not very talkative at the best of times, but when he's practicing... Once I asked him to play with me when he was at the piano, and he shut me in the pantry for 5 whole minutes. I nearly starved to death. Well, that's the risk I'm willing to take. Leaving Clarissa and Simon in the foyer, you enter the parlor to find Thomas playing a lovely melody on the piano. You stand quietly in the corner, waiting for him to finish. Then he hits a wrong chord, the discordant notes jarring him out of the piece. Damn it, stupid song. I'll never learn it. You awkwardly clear your throat, and Thomas turns around on the bench to face you. What do you want? Hello to you. What song is that? What does it matter? I'll never be able to play it anyway. Why not? Because it's a duet, and the only other person in his family can play where the dam went off to war years ago. You mean your father? Thomas turns back toward the piano, his shoulders slumped. Yes, I mean my father. We were learning this piece when he left. He hasn't come back. You sit beside Thomas on the bench, and he flinches away from you. What are you doing? I'm going to play the other part, Thomas. I know I'm not your father, but I probably can't play as well, but at least you'll be ready for him when he comes home. Thomas glares suspiciously at you. What is this about? What do you want from me? If you want to talk about my feelings, you could forget it. We're not going to be friends. Then we don't have to talk. We can just play. You turn to face the sheet music, and out of the corner of your eye, you see Thomas do the same. Okay, the chords you need to play are C minor, G minor, and A flat in that order. Ready? Okay. Let's take it from the top. Which chord should I play first? Which chord should I play second? And then which chord should I play third? I don't know what that was. Perfect. Now you can just keep playing those chords, and I'll come in with my part. Ooh. Is that their song? Soon you and Thomas are playing the duet perfectly, Thomas hitting every single note of the melody while you provide the harmony. Finally! Sounds pretty good, huh? You finish the piece, and Thomas closes the lid on the keyboard. Still in a bad mood? No, not so much. I suppose I should say thank you. I think that would be appropriate, biatch. But you really want to thank me. There's something I need help with. Well, now the truth comes out. Of course you had an ulterior motive. Thomas, so what if I did? You would have listened to me otherwise. I mean, you would have even agreed to talk to me this long normally? I guess not. Exactly. You didn't really leave me much choice, Thomas. For what it's worth, though, I really did enjoy helping you practice. Well, at least now I'll be able to play this song properly when my father comes home. And that's all thanks to you, so if you want my help, you've got it. That's great to hear, Thomas, because I really need to borrow your key. I need to know what Eleanor is hiding behind that locked door. Why did you just say so? I've been wanting to know the same thing for I don't know how long. Really? Of course, you think I haven't noticed how much Eleanor isn't telling us? As far as I can remember, that door doesn't even lead anywhere special. It just goes to the cellar. The cellar? Really? Yeah, last time I checked, there was nothing down there but the furnace. The furnace? You don't think there's something more? Eleanor must have a reason to keep it locked up, and the other night I could have sworn I saw... Never mind, it doesn't matter. When was the last time you were actually in the cellar? Thomas looked suddenly frustrated, his brows furrowed in concentration. Well, it must have been a long time ago, but it couldn't have been that long ago. I can't seem to remember. Why can't I remember? I don't know, Thomas. I'm sorry. All I can say is, if you help me, we can find out the truth together. Thomas pulls a key from inside his vest and hands it to you. Here, take it. There you go. Thank you, Thomas. I promise this will all make sense. When? Soon, I hope. Just then you hear a sudden crash as the parlor door springs open and Simon and Clarissa tumble onto the floor. Simon, Clarissa, what are you two doing? Don't tell me you were listening at the keyhole. That is certainly not what we were doing. We were just testing the door. It works. Someone really needs to teach you how to lie better, Simon. So, how long have you two been eavesdropping? Not for very long. Just long enough to hear that you convinced Thomas of all the people to hand over his key. I'm impressed. Well, now all that's left is Eleanor's. Good luck with that. Eleanor keeps that key with her at all times, and she's never just handed over. And if you want to get your hands on it, you're going to have to steal it. You move to the parlor window and stare out at the crisp field of snow beyond. I don't think I could just take it off her without her noticing, but maybe Simon could, if the rest of us keep her distracted. But I feel guilty asking him to do that for me. Then again, I could always take it from her in her sleep. It would mean betraying her trust, but I'd only be doing it to help her. And it would be nice to be alone with her. How would I steal Eleanor's key? Well, here's the thing. I only have 11 diamonds, so we can't sleep with her. So let's just ask Simon to steal it. You turn from the window to face the Waverleys. Okay, guys, I have a plan, but you might not like it. There's no way I can just lift the key off Eleanor and get away with it. She's definitely noticed if I suddenly started rummaging around in her pockets. But one of you three could. Do you see what I'm getting at? No. She's talking about Simon. His hands are small enough, and Eleanor wouldn't be suspicious of him being that close to her. She's always babying him. Anyway. That's not true. And I'm not a thief. I know you're not, Simon, but I need you to be, just this once. You could be like that artful dodger. I'll do it. Wow, I thought that'd take more convincing. You don't know Simon like we do. He only answered to Dodger for months after he read that book. Well, whatever works, right? Let's do this. A short while later, you and the Waverly children run through your plan one more time before setting it in motion. Okay, here's how this is going to go down. I'll go get Eleanor and tell her that Thomas and Simon are fighting. Once I bring her downstairs, you two make a big show of arguing with each other, calling names, throwing stuff, that sort of thing. And this is the part where I call Simon a baby. And I start crying. And since Simon's such a baby, Eleanor will probably pick him up or give him a hug or something like that. And I said, I'm not a baby. Then Dixie Normus and I will keep her distracted once we give the signal. Simon will steal the key, and are we all ready to do this? Wait, what's the signal? Should be something simple, like orange. But that's so boring. Why not something more poetic, like monomaki? Okay. Okay. How would mine use that in a sentence? Monomaki means single combat. So you might say that Thomas and Simon are about to engage in monomarchy as part of our plan. Got it. I'll go see if I can get Eleanor to talk to me. You leave Clarissa, Thomas, and Simon in the parlor and wander in the manor in search of Eleanor. As you cross the foyer, you look up to see Eleanor peering down from you from the second floor landing. There you are. Can we talk? I don't think I'm ready to talk to you, Dixie Normus. I am sorry. Please, I really need your help. Thomas and Simon won't stop fighting with each other. Eleanor sighs and starts down the stairs. Very well, I'll see what I can do. You lead Eleanor into the parlor where Clarissa waits to meet you. Eleanor, thank goodness, we can't get these two to behave. Across the room, Thomas puts Simon in a headlock while Simon flails at him with tiny fists. Let go of me, idiot! Shut up, you big baby! I'm not a baby! Thomas, Simon, what has gotten into you two? There is no way to behave in front of guests. Stop hitting each other at once. Thomas relinquishes his grip on Simon, who runs across the room and clings to Eleanor's waist. Thomas was being mean to me. I'm sorry, darling. Thomas, we've talked about this. You're not to pick on your brother anymore, understand? You're too old to be fighting like this, both of you. With Simon poised to steal the key from Eleanor, Clarissa gives you a knowing look. How should I give Simon the signal? No more mama. Are you sure you're using that word correctly? Perhaps Dixie Normus was trying to say monomarchy. I don't know. Right, that's the one I was thinking of. That makes much more sense. Now, both of you run along your rooms. Your little scuffle has earned you an early bedtime. Wonderful. As the two boys leave the parlor from their respective rooms, Simon presses something cold and metallic into your hand. I think I'll go to my room too. I'm sure you two have grown-up things to discuss. That's all right, Clarissa. I'll be upstairs if you need anything. Eleanor sweeps from the room without a second glance, and Clarissa gives you a sympathetic look. Guess she's not happy with me. Eleanor can be moody, as I am sure you've noticed, but she'll come around. I hope you're right. In any case, it's not all bad. You open your hand and look down at the keys Simon slipped you. Got it! So he did manage to steal it. I wasn't sure. Are you really going to unlock the door, Dixie? I am. I'm just going to wait until after Eleanor goes to sleep. I mean, these people are ghosts, though. Like, do they really sleep? With all 4 keys in your possession, you stand before the locked door, the shadows pulling around you in the dark hallway. I don't know what I'm about to uncover, but there's no way it's anything good. I just hope I'm doing the right thing. You insert the first key into the first lock, and it opens with a soft click. One by one, the locks fall away until nothing remains. The door remains still and silent, with no trace of sound and fire of the previous night. All right, Eleanor, let's see what you're hiding. The door swings open and you find yourself at the top of a flight of stone steps leading into the cellar. Across the room, the embers flare into a squat iron furnace, filling the cellar with an angry red light. Thomas was right, it really is just a cellar. So why did Eleanor want it locked up? What is she so afraid of? Just then you hear a grating screech as the furnace door swings open on rusted hinges. What the... Then you hear it, the weeping from the night before, and muffled hysterical sobbing that seems to come from the deep within the furnace itself. A skeletal hand emerges from the red throat of the furnace, its bony fingertips scrabbling at the cellar's door. Oh my lord! A hideous skull with long stringy hair comes next, and another hand, until finally the horror pulls itself free of the furnace. Where are my children? Whoa. That was pretty fucking scary, guys. I knew it was the mother, though. Seriously. Alright, guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow. We're going to dive into Chapter 5. See you later. And with that being said, don't forget to check out the merch store. That's how we support this channel. Bye.